All right, we are at week 12. Sponsored by Burger King, in that I was hungry and I got Burger King. Hey, Father John. So, this is the 3-month, 12-week, or 84 days played. What's going on, Terrence? Sub Magic One. Hey, Jimmy. How we doing today? Figure I'd get some. Oh, stop. What's this inbox? Weird. Why is he here but Proxima not? Or is this just a mistake? Hey, Robin, Chandler, Alto, Shadow Killer. What's up, guys? How you doing, Devin? You see the announcement on Captain Marvel? I didn't. Did I just click through it by an accident? Good morning from Germany. Ah, good morning. I'm so sorry that you wake up to me. What's this week's plan? We're just going to do a recap. Lessons learned and everything. I'm just going to get through a couple of the daily stuff that I haven't quite done yet. The arena battles. I try to save it for stream on Friday. It's 3 a.m. in Greece. It's way too early. All right, what's the best fight I can do? 3:22? Sure. All right, so I learned from last night that I don't treat early defenders the way I treat endgame defenders. I kill the Punisher. Which is fine, I guess. It was on their page. I very rare. Was it? Oh, it was a blog. What's the announcement? I'll check the blog right now. Evening, Esty. Got a bunch of questions. Cool, man. Shoot them up. Sorry, I picked up Animal Crossing today, and I'm trying to do the as much as I can, even though it's time-gated stuff. It's funny how my phone plays every game at max graphics, Marvel first lags even on low graphics. It's because it's not optimized, and it hasn't been. They tried to optimize it when they did the 64-bit client. So do you always go Punisher first? With this comp, I have to, because there's 2 villains that are not overpowered in Hela and Loki, and I do kind of need both of them. I specifically need Hela to survive for a second turn, so I do. Under normal circumstances, I'd probably kill Iron Fist, but I'm learning now that that's the setup I should have done for this the entire time, because once I cut that damage, I don't really have to worry about much else. Are any of you worth red starring? Nope. Anything? Nope. By the last Mantis. Just getting ready to get that Carnage shard? No. Why? I'll unlock him eventually. I'm not really worried. I mean, I guess I could afford it. Like, it's fine. But like in general, I don't really buy character shards from here. The gear is worth infinitely more. Like the economy of this store is terrible, but the gear value is ridiculous. Like 700 credits for 10 pieces, 800 for 10, like absolutely absurd. Yeah, but like farming doesn't mean on cooldown. Like I don't need Carnage because Carnage, I don't have Venom yet. Like this is an endgame strategy. This is not something I need now. So would you be ready for the Star Wars event at 90 days? I am 6 days away from 90 days, right? So right around now would be the beginning of the Star Wars, like you know how Ebony Maw's calendar's up? Right about now would be the beginning of the Star Wars calendar. So Yondu is functionally done, right? Like I actually haven't farmed him the last couple of days because I've known it hasn't been a big deal. We'll look at it right now. Ravager Bruiser is as close as I could imagine, but the most important thing I'll note is I just, when he was at like 40, I'm sorry, 60, I started triple farming him. So there was probably a little, you also get an extra 6 days for the event. You get a 5-day, usually a 5-day wait, and then a 3-day event. Right? So if the Star Wars event so here's the two things I wanted to bring up. If the Star Wars event started today, I'd still have 3 more days to finish if I didn't, right? Nope. I'd still have 3 more days to finish. To get him. So it shouldn't be too big of a deal. He's definitely within realm. The most Mantis is 3 purchases away of which I can have. So if I did want to, I could refresh her store and buy her multiple times. So yes, Mantis is ready, right? Like I can bring her in. Groot is not at the 100. I didn't start looking towards 100 because I was at 5-star relatively early. You don't know which characters are in there. There's only a 7-day calendar, and there's 9 characters in the pool, so you actually don't know. Like, if Gamora was in the calendar, it would mean nothing to me. If Groot was, it'd be helpful, but if Bruiser was, So you don't know what's in the calendar, so you're not factoring that in. What you are factoring in is 3 things. The double drops, of which Bruiser, Yondu, and Groot would all be double drop farmable. So on that day, I would use my cores to make sure I got them. When I hit 5-star in Groot, I wasn't thinking about the 100 extra shards that I got for starting with Groot. So my goal was to farm him up through that extra 100, right? I am short, right? Like I'm short a little. So had I been target farming him specifically from the beginning and not taking a break when I hit 5-star, that might be different. I probably missed about 6 or 7 days of farming him, which is an average of 20 shards. So I'd still be a little bit low, but not short on the 100. Is there going to be a group blitz? I thought I read somewhere a group blitz on MSF website. I don't remember. I don't remember. Maybe. So how long to get all Sinister 6 to 5-star? I don't know. Could take any amount of time. You have no it has no control. Cheers. Control what you can, the rest is gravy. Yeah. Any news on team packs? I already answered that. No. Sorry, the question's kind of long. Well, biggest question is I have Groot, Mantis, Drax, Shield, Security, Medic, Trooper, all gear 9. Due to level cap, I can't purple farm, but I have 24 purple gear. Should I focus skill for Shield as they are my arena team, or bio for Guardians of the Galaxy to unlock Star-Lord? You're doing like 15 different things. So I'm going to say this now for everybody. You farm the shards on the characters you need for Star-Lord. You farm the gear on the characters that you need for whatever, like your raid and your arena. And yes, you do have enough energy to do all of that. There are 1, 2, 3 characters that I am farming for Star-Lord that cost energy. That does not represent a third or half of the energy you get per day with refreshes. So the rest of your energy goes towards getting gear on other characters that are high impact. As far as the shield characters are concerned, I don't necessarily farm their shards. I get them to right about 3-star and I use them right there. And it should be okay. As for some of the other things you'll notice, like why I happened to unlock a Hela. They gave me a Hela. They gave me a Captain Marvel. It's during the event of Symbiote Spider-Man. So because of that, I didn't have to lean on other characters. So instead of using like Biogear, I probably would have worked on Miles no matter what. So this is Biogear, Mystic Gear characters, right? I would have had Skill Gear, Biogear, and then perhaps I might have audibled depending on what else I got. Like, let's be clear, Namor was my first Mega Orb that I got for free, right? The game just gives you a Mega Orb at some point. I don't know if that still happens, but it did. So if this Namor was a character that was incredibly high impact, that might have been something different. Even if it was 5 shards of like a Defenders character. I've gone so far as to say that I would use the Defenders the second I unlock them. The problem is this pesky Iron Fist just doesn't want to drop in Mega and Ultimate, and not Ultimate, Premium Orbs. So I'm not farming him. That's a waste of energy for me. Not really an issue. Only farm 5 characters from campaign shape. It's just farm whatever. Is MSF ever going to be optimized? No. I'd expect too much of them. Listen, they gave us 10 save slots. That was like triple the amount of save slots I thought we'd ever get again. So like, temper your expectations, you know. Hey Dark. So Groot is short of the 100 that makes up for the free Groot I got. However, I'm 37 shards short of a regular Groot if I had not started with him. And I probably would have been paying a little bit more attention to him earlier had I not been. I've been banking a lot of cores, I'm sorry. Well, Zach, I don't know. You can message me on Discord and I can do my best. But in general, it's hard to tell someone how to improve because I need to gauge a lot of things, including where you're at, what's around you, what's around you, how much you're willing to spend, if anything at all, and what your goals are. There's no one. If you want this is what to do to be better, go ask Casino. He's really good at giving bad answers to simple questions. Like, and that's not a knock on him. Casino will just tell you yes. He'll even admit it. If you ask him what to do on a character, he'll be like, tier 4 everything, you want them strong. So if you want an answer of like how to be the best, go ask Casino, he'll tell you. Do you want to learn how to think and be the best? You come here. That's true. That's not a knock. Like, that's true. He will make a tier 4, he'll make an essentials tier 4 list that will help you know what to put your tier 4s in, if assuming you had infinite access to tier 4s and just wanted to do it. Is that knowledge for you? I don't know. It depends on how much money you spend. Depends on how high you are. Depends on how much you really like the Spider-Verse team, you know? For my money, I don't think there's a lot of characters that need tier 4s. I think there's about 6 characters that need any tier 4 investment, and I think there's another 4 characters that benefit from full. No, I didn't. I don't really pay attention to what other people are doing right now. I just kind of do my own thing. So Yondu's done. Like, that's it. Another note for Yondu, which is very important, is if you aren't a free-to-play player, these two offers literally exist forever. Like, forever. You can always see these. So if you wanted to just finish him during the process at the cost of $30, that would just solve this problem. That's a lot of money. Sometimes maybe $10 for an extra 25 might do it, but for those willing to spend money, this is kind of part of the recap. I'm doing this free to play, right? Because I'm choosing the hardest possible path, and I'm succeeding due to planning. If you aren't succeeding due to planning, or if you're free to play by necessity, you can do it. This is proof that you can do it. And we'll go into a little bit more details of what I wish I had done a little bit differently earlier, because now we are ready. Like, at this point, under normal circumstances, we are just under the 90-day event, but we are 12 weeks, you know, which is functionally 3 months, give or take. Usually months don't last exactly number of weeks, usually about 13 or so, but we are close. I am 6 days shy of a 90-day light, and if you keep track of how frequently legendaries do come, barring the things that are happening, it is roughly 90 days or so. So that's the biggest deal. Yes, it's immediately when they start showing up, Michael. That's the point. Carnage doesn't matter on that team until you can tier 4 his ult. That's a really important note for anyone working on the Symbiote Spider-Verse. Carnage literally does nothing on that team unless you next project 10-month Ultron. Oh, wait, when I say 10-month Ultron, I'm giving myself a ton of leeway. It stands to reason, and it's very possible that I'll have Ultron in 6 months. It's possible that I'll have a 165-day Ultron. It's 167-day Ultron. Like, I might have Ultron around the time that I 7-star Wolverine. That's actually what, going forward, these are going to be. You know? Going forward, as I'm going to keep doing this, right? Because I don't have Star-Lord yet. And they pushed him back. And I believe Star-Lord's coming first week or so of June. Some people believe Phoenix is coming before. I disagree. But all that means is I have more time to work on additional characters, right? Like, all that does is give me additional time. So what I'm losing now is in the exact same conversation where someone might say, but Tony, you started and got, like, you know, great characters, right? Well, I can't control certain things. I can't control the fact that they pushed back events overall. Basically, every event has been pushed back about 2 weeks or so. If not, like, I don't have control over that, but no one does. Whenever you start playing this game, the point of this was to show that this strategy functions. Like, you can do it. Right now, if 30, 60, 90 days across the line is how far you are away from Star-Lord, you can do it. And the beautiful thing about it is, if you know Star-Lord is very close, right? So I started this the day the Star-Lord event started. If you know that Star-Lord is coming in like a week or 2 weeks or a month or something like that, well, that gives you a little bit extra time. So you can afford to do something like maybe unlock the defenders and use them as gear monkeys while you work on, like, you don't have to farm them. You just unlock the characters. It's relatively easy, and then you can punch up. Kind of, Chris. Our Symbiote? Yes. So I don't want the idea and the misconception that I'm like, you should never use the defenders, they're not good. That statement is like saying you should never use, you know, any team because they don't do everything. Like, no. The Guardians are a strictly better team than the defenders, and they are incredibly easy to access. And as a new player, the second you get them, you're going to be in a better position than anyone who doesn't. Now you look at it like this: if you're willing to spend money and you start with the defenders, that's fine, right? Because you start with the defenders and then you can use your money to make up for the lack of effort. But as a free-to-play player, you have to kind of forgo a little bit of defenders work to go in. Now, I'll mention to you, my roommate Matt, and this is something I point out, I told him skip defenders, go straight into Guardians, and he saw Star-Lord at about, it wasn't quite 2 months, it was just under, so like maybe 7 weeks. So the Star-Lord event started, and he was relatively close, but it was still going to be like $50 to $70 for him to unlock him. And I said, don't worry about it, dude. So on this next Star-Lord pass, right, where he's been doing fine in arena, like by progressing and building up the important characters as they come out, and the teams that are relevant without using the defenders, who he has unlocked by now, which he can still use if he wanted to. So he's able to get a 6-star Star-Lord. So he's 5 months, just under 6 months by the time, well, I think by Star-Lord, because it's pushed back a little, it'll be exactly 6 months. But realistically, he'd be at about 5 months, maybe 5 months and a week played, with a 6-star Star-Lord team going immediately into Dark Dimension 1, and then being able to progress almost as quickly as possible into Dark Dimension 2. He's level 69, LOL, nice. right now, so he's about to hit 70 and be able to hit that cap. But well, a new player might get, well, ignoring the 100 Groot shards that I got completely for free, right? That I had no idea about. Like, basically, I started playing, and they were just like, here's a free 100 Groot shards. I was like, cool, this must be a new player thing. I didn't know it was a limited time event. But you do, like, as a player, right? If you open a mega orb, like when I got lucky on my first premium orb and opened Minerva, or if, you know, you open something. What if a Blitz comes around? Now, the day I got kicked out of beginner Blitz was a Mantis Blitz. Guess what? Had I been in the beginner Blitz before then, Mantis would have been done. I'd have an extra, because I only got like, you know, 5 or 6 shards on her. The key is, it's about knowing what your goal is, right? Knowing what you're supposed to be doing and focusing on it. And what you're supposed to be doing is getting as many defenders as you is getting past the defender, getting as many guardians as you can to unlock them. I chose to farm Ravager Bruiser. That was what I chose to do. Because honestly, I didn't want to blitz on 2 accounts. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want to blitz on 2 accounts. I was lazy. Also, when you start with the defenders, it's easier to open Blitz orbs all the time, because it doesn't matter what you get out of the Blitz orbs, right? Like, you want Mantis, you want Gamora, but everything in those orbs is fine, because there's no character in there, with the exception of Luke Cage, but who cares about Luke Cage, that you desperately need access to. So you're not really target farming anybody. So Blitz orbs are super good. I'll tell you, if you go back through the video to like week 7 or 8, was around the time that Blitz orbs killed me. Like, opening Blitz orbs, doing what I was, like, what we've all, myself included, have been recommending for newer players, actually hurt me. And you'll see why. It's because in opening all of the Blitz orbs I did, you know, I got all those 15 shard unlock characters. I got a couple of good things, but my Mantis and my Gamora, at almost 2 months in, weren't even unlocked. And that's opening, you know, 2 or 3 Blitz orbs a day on average. There were some days where you had a ton, you know, from like the restart of a Blitz, but my Gamora is still not unlocked. Crazy, right? Like I had like 60 Gamora shards and like 35 Mantis, or 36 Mantis shards, because one basic orb was very generous to me once. And it was crazy to me, you know, like, that I just didn't unlock these characters, let alone start it. So one thing I did learn is, if you are starting with the Guardians, if this is your plan and you are going completely free to play and you're like, I don't want to spend money, it is important that you target farm whichever one you believe you're closer to getting. So that doesn't mean that you never buy Blitz orbs, but it's incredibly important to target farm this character, because like I said, I'm technically 3 buys away from a 5-star Mantis right now. When she is 5-star though, we're going right back to Blitz orbs. Seriously, like, when she's done, we're going right back to Blitz orbs, because I don't care anymore. Even though Rhino is in that thing, I'll probably do the same thing I've been doing, which is, if Rhino's available and I have a good amount of credits, I'll be doing that. When did I get the 3rd star on Gamora? Well, they gave out like a ton of extra Gamora shards over the lit couple of weeks. There was that one calendar they did where they gave us a bunch. There was I think it was a daily login reward or something where they gave us a bunch. I don't remember the exact details. I know I had 5 of 50 or 5 of 55, right? And then oh, hi phone. You can't possibly be important. So I think that just through random things that they gave out, I accrued enough extra Minerva shards to get the 3rd star. Did that make a difference? Not really. She's still not, I don't use her anymore. I'm going to, but like I said before, on my main account, I had a 3-star no red Minerva in Dark Dimension. 3-star, no red. So, and that I beat that in 9 days on my main as the 1006th person to do so. So not super early, but like I knew what I was doing at that point, you know? So going into Dark Dimension on this pass, any amount of stars I have, it does not matter. She's going to gear tier 13. Like that's just what's going to happen. I have a long time before that comes up. Like there's nothing I can do about it, right? Because I'm level 62 right now, I think. Yeah, I'm not 60, not even 63 yet, so don't care. Taskmaster event, payday event. Oh, payday event's live? Cool. I could do, I think, the 2-star payday event, so I'll do that while we're kind of talking. Nope, still the 1. Cool. Cool. I think I screwed up. I'm only 36 of 130 for Rocket. Won't be able to finish him now before the event. I don't think you screwed up, but you like Rocket doesn't count. Rocket is like you can't farm Rocket. It's impossible. You have no control over when he shows up in the store, and the orbs you have no control of when he comes in the orbs. You might get 2 shards. You might get 9 shards. You might get 0 shards. You're probably gonna get 0 shards. One of the issues you'll see with Blitz orbs, with raid orbs, that no one will talk about anymore because everyone wants to just say, oh, do this. That's why the defenders thing, that's why I'm doing this right here, because everyone was saying when a new player came in, hey, I'm new, what should I focus on? They're like, farm the defenders. And I was guilty of it too, until I realized, wait, that's stupid. Like, the defenders don't matter. Like, they'll help, but I don't want you to be trapped into using the defenders because you have to keep over investing in them to do the content, and then the rest of your characters are pretty useless, right? So I think that's a bad idea, and I see a lot of people who do it and are unfortunately very far behind a lot of other players. So I thought, let's just skip the defenders completely. It's the same thing with Blitz orbs, and it's the same thing with raid orbs. When there was only like 10 characters in the Blitz store total, 3, 6, 9, 12. I'm sorry, 12 characters in the Blitz store. Do you agree you should use the defenders until you beat the heroes campaign? No. No, I don't. Do I agree? No. I don't think you need the defenders at all. I think you can get through. I think you can get through the entire game without ever putting a piece of gear. What's up, Asto? Without ever putting a single piece of gear into Luke Cage and Daredevil. And every time someone always asks me, well, who are you going to use for this? I don't know, good characters? I might use a defender character. Like, just because a character has the defender's tag doesn't mean I wouldn't use them. I might use JJ. I might use, I might use, what's his name? Punisher. You know, I don't know if I'd ever use Daredevil outside of the defenders, but, like, I might. That's fine. Especially, and then on another conversation, if I happen to have a really strong Ms. Marvel. Taser. I did my best to help Taser earlier. Okay, I'm not ready for this fight. Punisher isn't a defender. Punisher has defender in his kit. Punisher has the word defender in his kit. Punisher is functionally a defender. Punisher is more of a defender than Daredevil is. Defenders can do 6-9 in 2 weeks of playing. What do you need to do in 6-9? Wait, we're talking hero 6-9? What do you need to do in 6-9? What's so important here? What's so important right here? What character is right here that you need to have access to? I just want to know. Because if you're talking about it's not Captain America. Captain America was moved earlier, wasn't he? Ms. Marvel is not 6'9". Oh, this is Captain America? So my question to you is very simply, who cares if you can't get to 6? What does this have to do with anything? Hawkeye is 6'6". Oh, good. 2 characters you never need to farm. So Why are we worried about just showing how far we've been able to progress? Like this does not mean anything. You can't do 7-1 until you're level 70. So this node has to be done at or before level 70. Also, farming Captain America doesn't mean anything. He's not useful. He doesn't help you. Farming Hawkeye is meaningless, does nothing, means nothing. So progressing as far as you can, I don't need them for Iron Man. My villains campaign, I got as far into the villains campaign as I need to. Look, I'm done. Why did I do this? Because I really wanted access to America Chavez. That's it. Just really wanted access to America Chavez in case something else. As for Nexus, oh, you know what? Let's do a little bit more Nexus. I could probably get some good fights in here. Ready for Star-Lord? I am... Four characters are done. The exception is Groot. Groot is 5-star, 63 shards. But I did get a free 100 Groot shards, and while I am at 12 weeks, I'm not quite at the 90-day reset, like the 90-day cycle that things tend to come up. So I'm short of trying to make up for the fact that I got a free Groot. Everything else is like, if I wanted to, I could click the button now, but I'm not spending the cores, you know, like I have like 300 or something power cores, so there's no reason to really go in. I don't know why I'm targeting him, but also he's dead now. Is America Chavez good? So I don't think America Chavez is good, but I am working my way towards Ms. Marvel. For the purpose of building a brawlers team, and if I am gonna have that team, I'm going to want access to America Chavez. Hey Wiki, how are the symbiotes an early good game if Carnage needs a tier 4? I don't know who said the symbiotes were a good early game team. Who said that? Yeah, who said the symbiotes were a good early game team? What will the brawlers do for you? The brawlers are three-piece puzzle. The brawlers are good on both sides of a war fight, so it gives me one solid war team that doesn't require me to focus on anything else. They also help me progress in Blitz at a meaningful level, because once you have Ms. Marvel and America Chavez, the rest of the brawlers don't actually matter. You just get them. Miles and SSM. Oh, I'm using Miles because he's one of the best kit characters in the game, and I'm using Symbiote Spider-Man because he's one of the best characters in the game. Notice I don't have a Carnage unlocked, and I'm not really farming him. I don't need him. Same thing, like Venom. If I get him, I'll work on him, but like really, I don't need him. In Spider-Verse video, I think I said they're good early. Yeah, they're very good early. Like you can use them early, but you can't farm. It doesn't matter. You can't farm Symbiote Spider-Man. In the Spider-Verse video, I was very clear to say that this team is very good early, very good late, very good mid-game, very good end-game. The entirety of the team is very good. Like they're very good because of how they interact with the things you have to do at the points you invest in. There's a reason why I think it's stupid to invest in aim early. It's a very simple actual solution. It's the same reason why you don't enter a gym on your very first day of ever going to the gym, put 500 pounds on the fucking rack and push it up. Like you don't do that. You have to learn how to do it. You don't have the resources. You don't have the strength. You don't have the muscle mass. You don't have the skill. You starting the game working on aim is guaranteed to hurt you. You're working on multiple different tech characters that are farmable in a game mode that doesn't unlock anything for you, that will put you behind the 8-ball against many other game modes and characters. But by the time you do unlock them and start making a difference, they're not better than the defenders, which is hilarious. Because if we're currently on a series talking about how the defenders aren't great anymore, aim is not better than the defenders, and someone will argue that like, but aim is good in endgame, and the answer is no, they're not. There's maybe 2 characters on the aim team that are good in endgame, and then aim is just an all-around option. So aim is the kind of team where if things worked out where you unlock them, congratulations, you have for free gotten a very good game. But if you're to start working on them, Scientist Supreme offers nothing to your characters from level 1 to level 60. Literal nothing. As you're progressing, nothing she can do will help you. You don't have the blue materials to get her that high. You definitely don't have the purple materials to invest that high. The ability to flip buffs, which is her only saving grace, flip debuffs, is completely irrelevant because it's never come up in war, arena, or anything like that. She's just not a good early game character. Symbiote Spider-Man is a phenomenal early game character, but not many people can get him. Oh, that's why I was going here for Venom. I have Venom, Miles, Symbiote Spider-Man at 25k. My Carnage is 10 stars away. Are they worth first investing fully until late game? No, not really. Like, not really. I do remember when pre-work Scientist was in the arena with Psylocke. Remember we were cheating Psylocke? Scientist Supreme would put debuffs on everybody and Psylocke would throw them all, and the timing was exactly perfect. That was pretty funny. Next Thursday is going to be a hell of a stream. I just started 24 pack of Monster for the weekend. Oh, for the Blitz? At no point did I start doing these fights prior to me knowing that I had no problem clearing it. So I wasn't doing a fight and being like, oh man, I gotta make my team stronger to do it. I was like, nope, I'll come back. Because when you farm specifically for characters that you need, you don't really have to work. Oh my god, stop summoning minions, dude. It depends on how much time it takes for you to do it. For me, it's just I have to blitz 4 times a day instead of 3, but like some other people, it's not the same. They're not, I want to say lucky, but they don't have that kind of roster. So any game mode that isn't immediately, or anything that isn't immediately helping my roster growth, I just don't do. I won't push past. I'm not even trying Mystic right now. The other day I went into Mystic and did a little bit of nodes, like a little bit of a fight, but a lot of that was just because I was trying to work my way towards Ms. Marvel, one of my favorite characters in the game, actually. Just because of their utility, and ability to make certain other characters I already have better. Like, because I have CM, because I have Miles, because I have Symbiote Spider-Man, until I finish out a team, Ms. Marvel really does iron out a perfect Brawlers team that I can use not only for Arena until I get the Guardians, but in plenty of different game modes, especially game modes that have a bio requirement. Like when we start doing the beta raid that has a bio tag. Bio is the worst game mode for free-to-play players. I can tell you that in all seriousness. Bio Greek raid or beta Greek raid is the absolute worst because it's very hard for you to have independent characters that are capable of doing that. Like you need Mystic and Tech and weird combos. I don't have an answer for that question. Depends on what you're currently working on. Yeah, beta for me is hilarious because am I trying to get Taskmaster on the free-to-play account? Maybe. Let's take a look, right? Let's see what I can do because I'm not going to go out of my way. Oh, okay. So Venom is good. Boop boop. $5.6 mil, 4 to 5 rotations a day would be like 24 mil. Are you going to start spending a limited amount of money in this account? No. This account's complete. Like, you don't get to start spending money and call it a free-to-play account. Even if I was free-to-play until Star-Lord, like, as a player, you may want to do that. I understand that. You may want to say, okay, I'm going to go free to play up to Star-Lord, or you may just as a player be like, I don't know if I want to spend the money, right? Listen, this is a mobile game. I don't know what it does. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I feel comfortable giving the mobile game that much money. And you may be free to play for a really long time until something happens that changes your mind. And that could be anything, That could be a character that you really like, or an incredibly insane offer. Like, there was a Ghost Rider offer, 50 shards for like $2.99 or $1.99. I don't remember what it was, but I could tell you that's a conversion offer, man. You can go from never spending money to getting a 3-star Ghost Rider like that. There was offers for Drax and Mantis that were $1.99 for like 45 shards. I think that was that was enough of an offer to make me decide to spend money. The point is, I'm not doing this as a free-to-play player because I can't afford to spend money. I'm doing this because I want people to see what you can accomplish if you know what you're doing going into a game. Or going into anything, really, but specifically this game, you can easily get what you need. If you get a 6-star team that is not worth investing in, would you invest in them to do Dark Dimension 1? No. No, I wouldn't. Dark Dimension 1 is not bring 6-star characters in. Dark Dimension 1, it tricks you by making you believe that the only limitation is 6-star characters. The limitation of Dark Dimension 1 is a good team at 6 stars. So it's not bring in 6-star characters you have. You can have fun. It's going to take you forever. It's going to take you longer to do that, to start with 6 random characters that you've invested in, than it will to wait until you have a good team. Because if you use the Guardians of the Galaxy, the S.H.I.E.L.D. characters with Nick Fury, probably, honestly, in the conversation, AIM. There's plenty of teams, the Asgardians with maybe a flex healer, without Loki, with a flex healer. These are teams that have a really good opportunity. Actually, get rid of Sif or something, because she don't do nothing. But, actually, she does. Get rid of Heimdall. He doesn't do anything. But these are teams that, the tax for Dark Dimension 1 is getting a good and competent team to 6-star, whereas the tax in Dark Dimension 2 is getting a specific team to Gear Tier 13. I'm not free to play because all I buy is small, but that's all. Yeah, but whatever. But that's okay. So I don't intend on starting to spend money on this game, because if I was going to spend money on this account, I already would have done it. There were offers that would have changed it. The next new player run I'm going to do, which is after I get Ultron on this one and give this account away, we're going to take a poll and see how much money a month we want to do. And I think right now $50 is winning. If you're willing to spend $50 a month. And I think the reason why is because somewhere in the 20 to 30 range is a little bit more reasonable, but not ridiculous. Over $50 a month, no joke, there's no functional difference between spending, as a newer player, if you're willing to spend over $50 a month, it doesn't matter. I could just tell you what to spend. 25 a month is reasonable. I think 25 to 30 a month is a very reasonable amount of money to spend on a mobile game if you have the means to do so, especially if it's the only thing you do. What I like to look at is I look at what the subscription cost of a mobile game, a MMO would cost, and then I just add a little bit to it, and that'll be enough. I'm not gonna, I don't sell accounts. I'll give them away. That one I might do. If I do spend money a month, though, I won't give the account away as a free thing. I'll give it away to subs or something, or Patreons or something like that. I'll give it away to someone who's supported me. No, I wouldn't. You can't do that, man. You can't do 25 with options to spend specific, because I can justify any offer. I'm a whale. I could justify buying anything, but also I could justify not buying anything. Yeah, but no, that's the whole point. I did the math on the offers I would buy every single month. The number one offer I would buy on cooldown every single month is the $24.99 3000 energy offer on cooldown every time I saw it. So that's where $25, that's why I can't just do 25. Because if it's just 25, basically the account room would be and this is what my account looks like with 3,000 extra energy a month, and that's not fun. But if I go to do donations count as Patreons, I don't have a Patreon, so maybe. What do you mean on the other account? Are you going Guardians of the Galaxy first? Well, going Guardians of the Galaxy is the correct choice in the game right now. So if I wasn't going Guardians, it would be because there's a new character offer. I also want to do an account without access to Symbiote Spider-Man. Or, like, so Symbiote Spider-Man's got one more milestone. It's coming next month, right? So Symbiote Spider-Man has really impacted not only my roster, but the roster of everyone around me. So I won't have a conversation with someone saying, but Tony, look at all the stuff you got. Because it's not about it. Like, look at what my progress is compared to the other people. Like, this team is dog shit. Let me see something good. What's the best fight I can do? 270, 275? Okay. Who wants to learn the most important lesson in the world today? 274? Damn it. Okay. So this guy has a 6-star Luke Cage, an entire 5-star Defenders team, with one exception. And very high red stars on them. Yeah, it kind of does. It kind of does. It just doesn't matter anymore. So this is what happens when you have the maxed out Defenders. Close fight. Yeah, right. Now, granted, if I didn't have CM, Spider Miles, Hela, right? If I didn't have SSM instead of Thor, yeah. No, so here's the point, right? If I didn't have those characters, like, a lot of people might say, hey, you know, you're using characters you got, and this guy went in Defenders. And to that, my response is, well, he got him too. Well, he's in my arena shard. He had to get him. He had to get all of those characters. He just chose to work on Defenders. The answer is still Minerva. It's unfortunate. But I will not answer what team to use in Dark Dimension 2 without Minerva. Because there's no, like, trying to think of the nice way to say it. Not knowing when to change your strategy, Archibald. Yeah. Okay. If I told you that you need to put Asgardians are not farmable, but you should enter Dark Dimension 2 before you can farm Hela. And if you're willing to spend money to get Asgardians, then you should be able to buy Minerva and then not have a problem. You know what I mean? Like, if spending money is an option for you, right? Then it doesn't matter. Then you're buying Minerva, right? If spending money isn't an option for you, then your problem with Dark Dimension 2 is that any action you take that doesn't involve using Minerva, regardless of how you get it, any action you take is going to be worse. And not like a little. Like, we're not having a conversation of like Minerva makes it easier. No. I don't want that to be confusing. Dark Dimension 2 specifically, is have Minerva win fight. Right? That's it. No question. You will win every single fight. Don't have Minerva. You're now fighting against characters with triple the 600% health with no sustainable, and you're fighting multiple teams. So you think of a raid node, but you're now fighting with no sustain against characters that are boosted. Why is he so good for Dark Dimension 2? She is a cheat code for Dark Dimension 2. Don't say unfortunately. Minerva was if you only buy one thing in this game and it's Minerva, you were right. Like, you did the right thing. If you're free to play minus a Minerva purchase, like, congratulations, you did it right. You found the one thing worth buying. Is Starward a must? Is he good for anything anywhere else? That's a funny question. You have not watched any of my YouTube videos. That's all that means. Is there a legendary event for supernatural characters? Who would it be? I don't know. I don't know of any supernatural legendaries coming out. I know we have 2 more supernatural city characters coming out in Blade and Morbius, but I don't know if that's it. Minerva is the biggest damage dealer and gives full health when using her ult. That's fair. I'll try that on my main account. Do I need to buy more Drax? Nah, I don't even really want to. You know what? Nah, it's fine. Alright, let me check real quick. Nothing here. Don't care about red stars. Oh, is Tawna telling people that Star Wars unusable? Good. I told you, tell your friends to come here and tell people you don't like to go watch those videos that tell you to start with aim and bad characters. That's fair. Same thing with Yo-Yo though, right? Same terrible fucking plan they have with Yo-Yo. Yeah, 470 Asgard is not as doesn't mean Asgard is good. And dude, a 370k or 450k defenders team is probably really good in Dark Dimension 2. It's not a real team. It's not real. Number of people who have that team is less than the number of people who I don't know, logged into the game today. Yeah, it's crazy that someone made some crazy statements since you. I apologize to Tawna because I was being rude to him unnecessarily. I don't think I'm being rude to Tawna now. Tawna made an argument, and I said I don't agree with it. Can you use symbiotes and scientists supreme for Quest Graviton for Dark Dimension 2? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think so. That team should be fine. You might not even need Graviton. Actually, you may just want to hedge and use, like, Researcher. You know? Yeah, that team should be fine. Worst case scenario, that team should be totally fine. But, again, we are talking about Symbiote Spider-Man. He's worthless in U7 and Dark Dimension 3, so he's not worth investing in. Is that true? So every character that's worthless in U7 isn't worth investing in? I just want to make sure. Like, is that the statement? Every character that's worthless in Dark Dimension 3 isn't worth investing in? So Minerva's worthless, right? Because Minerva ain't used for fucking shit in Dark Dimension 3. Like, you can use her ult once and then she dies. And the same thing with U7. You don't use Minerva in U7. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a confusing idea that U7 is an important thing. It's not. So if you go Minerva, Star-Lord, and IW and 2, aren't you losing a potential war team in BKT? Why would you be losing a war team? Explain to me how that lose. Explain to me how you don't. Explain to me how investing in 3 other characters makes you not have those characters for war. That's been all of his content. If they aren't used or U7 or Dark Dimension 3, don't bother. Is he clear about it? Does he say if they're not used in U7 or Dark Dimension 3, then don't bother? Because that's fine. You have the characters not on the team, but it doesn't matter. What do you? I don't understand what that means. I just don't understand what you're saying. Star, Minerva, Hell, and IW similar. Yeah, absolutely. No, Fiddy, that's the team I plan on bringing in, by the way. Uh, what gear level and what level abilities should your team have for Dark Dimension 1? What team are you bringing in, Dylan? He says start with aim, which none of the minions would do in either of those modes. Oh yeah, you're not using all of aim in U7. You're definitely not using any aim. You might squeeze Scientist Supreme. Scientist Supreme is terrible in U7, by the way. Not U7, sorry. She's okay in U7. In Dark Dimension 3. Like every Scientist Supreme, everyone who brought in Scientist Supreme was like, why? She gets one shot and then does nothing. She gets one shot after putting offense down on characters. Like, she does nothing. At least Shuri has a chance of giving out energy. I believe what matters in MSF is it depends on which modes in the game you're focusing on. I'm saying the BKT is sort of a team. The setup for Dark Dimension is not a team, and it's characters you can use in different teams in war. Correct. You're saying the BKT is sort of a team, sure. No, it is. And then this setup for Dark Dimension 2 is not a team. Yes, I hear you, Thamus. So what point are you making? You're saying why are you working on 5 characters for a game mode instead of for war? Because you don't have to. Because those characters will be fine. Like, I don't understand the point you're trying to make. Will a 3-star 3-red be enough for DD2? I did 3-star no red. 3 regular star no red. So yeah, Craig, that's got to be fine. Yeah, I'm just trying to understand what your point is. You can work on characters for Dark Dimension 2, get a ton of rewards, including that, and use those rewards to balance out teams for war. So I don't really see the argument. Unless I'm missing it, please feel free to, try again. Yeah, I just don't understand the argument. What team would you recommend for Dark Dimension? It's very simple. Star-Lord, Minerva, Invisible Woman, and 2 other characters. What are those 2 other characters? Don't care. Does not matter. 2 other characters that you intend on bringing to Gear Tier 14. The #1 rule I have is that if you bring a character to 13, you should probably consider bringing them to 14. Minerva and Star-Lord are slight exceptions because you don't really need them in any other game mode after Dark Dimension 2. But also, if it's a one-time investment that gets you exactly what you need to go in, then it's okay. Invisible Woman, however, will always be useful to you, so don't, like, I use her in Dark Dimension 3. I used her in U7 for a really long time until I got a better version of the team I'm currently using. Is it better to narrow down on tunes or spread thin for all game modes, especially Blitz? Spread thin is a terrible phrase. It also shows a incredibly weird understanding of what investment means. So there's 2 types of... Thank you, Chandler. There's 2 types of theories when it comes to building in a team in a game like this. There's plenty of games like this. This is not the only one. This isn't even the best version of this game. This is the only version of this game that has Marvel characters in it. That's the reward to it. But it is a similar game. The 5v5 strategy games are similar. There's 2 types of methods you can do. You can build tall or you can build wide. Are there any specific characters that you use for Dark Dimension 1? Yes, a team. A full team. A good team that has good synergy. Yes, that is the team. Dark Dimension 1 is a challenge of which of your teams can you bring to 6-star. Defenders will do it. Guardians will do it. Asgardians will do it. Fury Shield will do it. AIM will do it. Doesn't matter. You don't get to just cherry pick the characters and put them in, because then you're going to use 6-star characters that don't work together, and then you're going to get kicked. I didn't, but saying by not investing in Rocket, Groot, and Thanos at 150k, the BKT, which is for the record 30k each, the BKT can auto fight every single node. At 180k, the BKT can auto fight, and you can make a sandwich while you beat the final boss node. So if you are discussing full versions of teams, you are looking to get them to 30k. The exception to that rule is, and I will say this right now. This is the most important thing. If you are investing in a character because big numbers make your tiny peepees, no, not you specifically, but make someone, your EP feel better, you are bad at this game and you shouldn't like give advice to people. You should only invest in characters to the point where they do what they need to do. Having a really strong powered team does not matter. Having a team that can do a thing is what matters. So if you have a 450k defenders team, congratulations. That team will get you one war defense win sometimes. You know what I mean? If you have a 270k Ravagers team, you've overinvested in. I don't care who you got red stars in. It was a foolish thing you did. You pulled a 6 red star Wasp, cool. You keep her at 4 red, at 4 stars, because she doesn't improve your roster, because she's not good. Don't invest in bad characters. Don't invest over where you need to be. Hey, Chef Kyogre. I need to say that. Thanks, guys. Swap Rocket for someone else to lessen the tech burden. Yeah, like... Yeah, I have 6 red stars that are terrible. I have 5 red stars that are terrible. My entire hand team on my main account is all 5 red star. How strong is my hand team? 120k, 140k. Why? Because I'm not investing in a bad team. Hand gets reworked, boom, I'm already set. You know what I mean? Top that. The only thing worse than a 7 red star Nebula is a 7 red star Kingpin. And we could drop you a DM about DSA. Yeah, good, man. And first of all, Astro, you never have to ask me permission. Just show up. You're welcome anytime. All right, let's see if I can do some Taskmaster stuff. Oh, the first one is easy. I feel that I still haven't beat tier 6 in Relic Hunt. I've beaten tier 6, I just haven't done tier 7, and I'm not gonna do. I'm not going to. Congratulations, Ruth. I'm happy for you. I'm just a reminder, you don't immediately have to invest in Ultron, so don't feel like that's important, because you already beat Dark Dimension 2 without him, so you can definitely do it again. So feel free to jump back in the second you can. But if you do have the ability to finish off Ultron, or at least get him up to gear tier 13, please do so. Am I honest, arena defense is the only place where power matters? Correct. And arena defense is never a team. It's always the highest impact characters. The 3 different things that people don't always think about when it comes to the game is what each different game mode asks of your roster. Do you want to be good in arena? Well, there's going to be in a Foxing's theory why that team for TM. All shield characters. It's shield hired Taskmaster. It's storyline. So let's talk about war. Let's start with the thing. What makes a Blitz team good? 5 characters that are roughly the same power. That's it. Do I have enough covert characters? I don't think so. Probably not. Let's find out. Oh boy. We are in trouble. We are in trouble. We are not going to do well. We're going to be dropping down to medium. No, easy mode is any character. Easy mode is any character. I think you need like a small amount for medium. I got 8 Karnak shards in the middle of my Taskmaster. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to feel about that. That's fair. Let's see how bad this hurts me. Well, Hydra, I guess. My strongest team in arena is 93k, ranked just under 3k, and matched up regularly against... How come your opponents are mostly low powered and your rank's so high? Because I'm very good, and I'm very good. Because I save my last 2 fights for arena payout to make sure that I get where I need to go more often than not. Because I know how the average bad player will go, because I know where the bad content creators are telling people to do. So I can take advantage of other players being bad by being smart. So when I see people using Thanos, Corvus Glaive, like, and the Asgardians, I go, they're not good yet because your level 65 Asgardians are not good yet, and I can beat them because everyone in my arena shard has all of the free characters I have, and the smart ones knew to invest in them, and the not smart ones didn't. That's why. I don't think I'm gonna win this. Are they on war defense? If they're on war defense right now, then passive. If they're not on war no, it's passive. It's always passive. Makes Greg heal for more when he dies. It's passive first, then ult. I mean, war defense solidifies it. Why are there symbiote Spider-Man in this fight? I'm not winning this. I don't even know why I'm still watching. Yeah. So, like, back to kind of lessons learned. Raid orbs and blitz orbs. No. No. Can't do them anymore. Not because they're... someone will make arguments about what you get from them. Doesn't matter anymore. The pools are so thick that you're actually handicapping yourself. When there was 12 characters in the blitz pool, 10, 9, 12 characters in the blitz pool, it made sense. You know, 1 in 9 chance of getting it. Now, how many characters are in the blitz store? You know? How many characters now are in the pool? I think it's like 15. Let's see. 5, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So you have a 1 in 16 chance of pulling... Oh, and rescue. I'm sorry, and rescue. So 17. So now it's a 1 in 17 of getting high impact character, which is 1, 2, arguably 3 if you are building defenders, 4, 5, 6. So 6 characters out of 17 that are high impact. Terrible rule. Anytime, bro. Autoing DD2 at the moment. What's up, bro? What's up? That's the right choice. Same thing with the raid store. If you check real quick how many characters are in the raid orbs, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 characters. Yeah, 19 characters in the raid orb. Yeah, you get 9 total shards, but which ones of these, honestly, matter to you? Which one of these really matter to you? Rocket, Star-Lord, I'm sorry, Rocket, Thor, Sabretooth, Mysterio, right? Everyone else is cool, but not necessary. What I do, and what I will continue to do, is look in the store to see if there's a character that I'm currently working on. If not, I will open a raid orb, and I'll come back at the next reset and repeat. Ronin for Phoenix, I am... Never will you ever hear me tell people to buy Ronin out of the store for Phoenix. Never. That, like, target farming Phoenix. Why? Like, Phoenix is the epitome of something you shouldn't work for. Half credit to Killmonger just because of the Red Star Flash event. I'll give credit, but that's where, like, that's why I don't mind opening the occasional raid orb, but, like, that's the other reason why I don't consider these characters farmable for unlock. So every single character in this, with the exception specifically of Thor, like, I wouldn't necessarily, and I'm sorry, Thor and Mysterio, those are the highest priority farms. They are, because you need them for unlock. Yeah, buying Ronin, I wouldn't recommend it. Rocket is absolutely not a high priority farm. You know what your 3-star Rocket's gonna do? Slightly less damage than your 4-star, and even slightly less than your 5-star. Rocket I'll get out of raid orbs. War Machine I'll get out of raid orbs. Thor and yeah. If you were arguing Black Bolt over Phoenix, I'm like, yeah, that's fair. What if you have all heroes for legendary ready? Would you target farm? Oh, you saying if I was done with everything else to do in the game, would I then do the last thing I had to do? Yeah, 100%. Who should we farm instead of Ronin? You should farm whatever the character you need to farm is. You should farm whatever the character you need right now is. If you've unlocked all the legendaries that aren't Phoenix, farm Ronin. Like, whatever. If you're use 600% every day and you're getting a ton of credits, like, do whatever. Your pool is ridiculous. Do whatever you want. But if you're right now, if you're like 30, 60, 90, if you're half a year into the game and you're farming Ronin, someone read you down the wrong path, my friend. You know what I'm saying? If you're already an endgame player, like, do whatever you want. Who cares? Sorry, not an endgame, late game player. If you're already a late game player, do whatever you want. You've already got Ultron. If you don't have Ultron, why are you talking about Phoenix? Yeah, I'm farming Namor on my main account. And by farming, I mean if I look and remember, I'll buy him. This game does a lot of inevitability. You know what I mean? Paul, the reason I have a 7-star Ronin is because the Ronin orbs kept giving them to me. Where's the tier and character level I need to unlock Star-Lord? 5-star Ravagers and Guardians. Team power roughly 70k. Don't need much. Raid store is the place where I get the advanced phosphates. Also, let's be clear. While there are very important characters in the raid store, gear is more important than stars, unless they're for an unlock. So every time someone comes in and goes, Tony, why aren't you spending these materials? I'm like, I am, just only when I need the gear. And right now I don't need the gear. This one I need. If I have single digits of gear, I buy them in here. Ultron last week took you 4 days. Nice. What is the tier and level of characters I do? I'll guess I'll keep buying Drax. All right, let's do another arena fight. So yeah, that's it. My lessons learned, very simple. Target farm the characters immediately, open Blitz orbs and raid orbs casually, because target farming is important. We are not counting Rocket as a unlock character. We are counting Rocket as a play character. So do not assume Rocket is going to be who you use to unlock Star-Lord. You can't. Also, don't assume that Blitz orbs alone will do it. Show off that Yondu and some shield officers. Oh, we got a war fight? All right. I'm sorry to bring up DD2 again. If I have no IWs, can Star-Lord, Minerva, SSM, and Shuri work? Just wait for IW, dude. Why are you worried about doing it right now? What? Can they work? Yeah, probably. But, like, why are you in such a hurry? Why are you in such a hurry to use a subpar team when the second you add IW, that team can pretty much auto it? I don't understand. Instant gratification? You're not. That's the beautiful thing. You're not gonna have instant gratification. You're gonna go in there. The fights are gonna be harder. You're gonna be like, oh no. Instant gratification is waiting to get the right team and then going in and giggling about people who decide to use harder teams. You can do DD2 with anyone? With the Ravagers too? It's not true. Yeah. Using Rocket Star this past when I'm 120 days into the game. Yeah, you can. You can open Mega. Your first Mega Orb could be 100 Rocket Shards. Then you're like, oh, cool. Conversely, you can have Black Bolt on the first pass by spending like $700. Things that can happen doesn't necessarily mean things that should happen. Yeah, right? I need 90 shards for Groot and Yondu. Think I can unlock them in the Star-Lord event? Yes. Yes, I do. I do think that you can get that many shards because Star-Lord is a minimum of 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks away. A minimum of a month away and a maximum of 6 weeks away. So you have plenty of time before Star-Lord. You have about anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks before you get him. So what do you start? Right now he's 5. Like as of right now, I have a 5-star anymore. I could spend money to get a 6-star. Is Phoenix after anymore? Eventually, right? I don't think you need a team over 70k to do any of them. Oh, here's a little note for everybody. If you're looking to do an unlock, the day you try the unlock or the week, like when the calendar for an unlock starts, don't spend gear. Like, don't spend gold. Don't upgrade your gear. Keep going, because if you... There's no worse feeling in the game than having the characters but not being able to upgrade, but not being able to do the fight. So just hedge your bets. If you don't think that your team is strong enough, or you think it might not be strong enough, just save the gear and everything. And when the event starts, go in. If you looks like they're a little weak, just raise their level a little bit, you know? Like, raise their gear. I get why Minerva's so great for DD2. What makes IW so strong for DD2? Yep. Yeah, she's like probably one of the best protect. 2 things, right? The first thing is her special will clear heal box and debuffs, right? Blinds and shit like that. So you can save the special. And then the second thing is, as an emergency, like if your Minerva is about to go down or something, you can use IW's ultimate and give yourself a ton of shield while also offense downing an entire wave. She is one of the best protectors for that. I can't make the picture box do anything, mainly because I don't know what that is. Is a Sinister 6? Yeah. Oh, this thing up here? This thing just shows up. How high would you play Sin 6 for 6-star unlock? 100, 110k. Nice try. Who'd you use for Dark Dimension 1? Without Star Wars. And how long did it take? Whole bunch of questions. When facing as Guardians in Arena, who do you generally kill first? Hela. Hela or Thor. Depending on what your team comp is, it's Hela or Thor. I mean, it feels like Star Wars event's never going to get here. I know, right? I heard somewhere that the enemy character damage is lower in Dark Dimension 2. Not lower. Just, it's not higher. It's about what it's supposed to be. Took me 12 weeks to see the gif of Doom squatting saying king shit. Yeah. No, it's not lower damage. They just have they have higher health but average damage. The reason Dark Dimension 2 is so challenging is because you're never fighting 4 or 5 guys. You're always fighting like a ton. And then because of how health works, characters like Deadpool and Ms. Marvel are nightmares. Characters with percentage heals are nightmares. I did 6-star Star Wars unlock for IW at 106k, and people have done it with less. That's fair. Dark Dimension 1 is worse than Dark Dimension 2. Yeah, well, Dark Dimension 1 is definitely worse than DD2 if you have Minerva. But you also have to remember, Dark Dimension 2 now, you get 5 levels and extra gear. And easier and more reliable red stars. You know what I mean? Does Strife ever get good? No. I'm sure if you have a 7-star, 7 red star Strife and you are fighting against not strong characters, like 5-star 2 reds, Strife feels really, really, really strong. I think everything outside of that is just terrible. Not much you can do about it. Hey, it's Diego. All right, what's the best fight here? 234. Oh, look, another Defenders team. Okay. How strong a team do you think would need a 6-star Star Lord? 6-star Star Lord? I'd like to remind you that you get a Star Lord for these fights, so your entire Guardians team get 30% extra damage. So my general rule is like 75k, 100k, 150k. For 5, 6, and 7. That's generally the rule I stick to. But also, it's a lot of times it's because you need those teams anyway, so you might as well get a good Blitz or War team out of them, you know? Hey, Bastion. Oh, Punisher. I'll miss you so much. Strife seems decent. Oh, you mean the Strife that has boosted damage and health? Yeah, that one does seem better. the Strife in Dark Dimension 3 that has 460,000 health and 29,000 damage. Yeah, I think that one is pretty strong, actually. How do you get you know you actually can't get your Strife that strong? Like, it's actually impossible. Like, those characters don't have real stats. Same reason U7 is a trap. U7 tricks you. Because U7 will show you the character 63k. Beautiful thing about U7. Go check out the mechs and minions node. It's 5th or 4th node, middle lane, left side. If you could just look in U7. It has a 9k Ultron minion that has 440,000 health and 22,000 damage. What 9k character can have that number? You're being lied to. You're being lied to. Like, the game lies to you. It made up a fake number so you can go in and assume that your 60 or 70k characters are roughly parity, but then they get beat, and then you go, oh, shucks. Hey, it's Kezia. Wait, is someone, like... Is someone slingshotting me? I think someone's slingshotting me. Doesn't matter. I can show you how to beat a slingshot. I'll show you in a sec. Slingshot. A slingshot is when you start fighting someone when they're fighting somebody else, so you take the place they take. Well, the alternate is worse. My opinion of who they should make? Gambit. Who I know they're gonna make? Someone with Sun in their name. Stunned. Sunspot or Sunfire, I don't remember. This is how you beat a slingshot. Grinder. New Sun Gambit? Oh, give me New Sun Gambit. Right? The unlobotomized Gambit that has control over, like, everything. If someone's fighting you while you're fighting them, the reason the slingshot happens is because their fight ends before your fight does. Or your fight ends... I'm sorry. Your fight ends before their fight does. And in the loading screen, it adjusts. So if their fight ends first and then you win... It doesn't matter what they did, you take the spot for the fight you were taking. So it's a reverse slingshot. Those were 25 cores to educate people. Training mods are terrible in this game. They're not that bad. The reason a lot of people have low training mods is because they invest in too many characters. Another Spider-Gwen is rumored. Spider-Gwen is a rumored character. Wait, another Spider-Verse character? Because that's like, because Doc Ock is coming. We are getting Doc Ock as the Legendary of the Sinister Six. That's a symbiote character. Spider-Verse is probably either Doc Ock or Spider-Gwen. Thank you, Daniel. Electro is coming too. I don't actually think that. I actually didn't think Electro was coming. I didn't see his kit. I saw the kits for Doc Ock. I saw the kit for Spider-Gwen. I saw the kit for Toxin. I saw the kit for a lot of characters, but I didn't see the kit for Electro. I don't think Doc Ock's going to be a legendary. I think he's going to be a milestone character. I thought he was a legendary, and then they pushed him. Yeah. I need 6. That's not saying I don't know. I just said I never saw the kit for it. Like, I saw a kit for Man-Thing, right? But like, we don't have Man-Thing right now, so I don't know what that means. Need 6 7-star Ravagers for Doc Ock unlock. Yeah, right. Tony just spills the beans like it's nothing, because it's nothing to me. What are they gonna do? Kick me out of a program I refuse to join all the time? Leaking leads hype. Nothing brings hype more than finding out something that other people don't know. It's one thing, like, dude, Asmongold was streaming WoW and he like broke in, like, using the game, like he broke in with the Demon Hunter into like the raid that isn't available yet, and like there was a spoiler. I'm not gonna say it because there was a super huge leak, but it was hype. And then the GMs logged in and like kicked him and everybody from the server for a while. There will eventually be a 7-star legendary. Yeah, of course there will, and hopefully that character will be good. Oh damn, I lost. I forgot the timer. This is the downside of doing this, by the way. You have to remember. Oh no. Oh well. LOL. Question for Arena Offense. Are you Star-Lord, Hela, Magneto, Cap Marvel, and Loki? After your advice, you promised me a ton of fun, and you were right. I was looking at that team. I'm like, that sounds like a fun team. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Should I change the team like yours in free-to-play? Are you winning? Don't change. Luke Cage got me. Whatever. Timestamp my Blitz orientation? Fair. Let's do some war fights. Oh, do you want to see how much fun I have in war with my ridiculous roster? Oh, that was something we were talking about before. I want to make sure we get to it. You got beat by a defender? Yeah. No, I got beat by a clock. Don't change. First time those words have ever been said by Tony. That's fair. Yes, put... What lag? My stream? It's you, man. My stream is all green. What do we got here? Yondu. No, that's a real team. Get them out of here. Yondu. Educate these nerds. Luke Cage, Ant-Man, Sif, Kree Oracle. Go. Put opponent to sleep. Oh, the game? Oh god, this game is terrible lag. Ogre Lantern. That's awesome. It's almost as if the defenders aren't that good. I saw Luke Cage and thought of Little Caesars. That's weird. Because I immediately said Luke Cage. You got this, Yondu. Believe in yourself. Solo, Yondu. You got this, bro. I only care about being top 500 right now because the top 20 of my arena shard is probably people who are willing to spend a lot more money and do something than I am willing to spend anyway. And I'll come back and do another fight in a minute. The top like 250 to 100 are the people who are willing to spend a little bit of money So as a free-to-play player, you can either dedicate 100% of your life into learning the Defender's mirror match, and then get your ass kicked by every single person who has the Asgardians all the time because your team can't hold defense worth a damn. Yondu is really valuable in the early game. Just breaks down. I'll try. Oh, look, I haven't claimed these. Free Thor shards. That's fair, man. So the good news is you have like a month, right, to get Star Wars Fabrizio. So if you do, great, right? And if you don't, that's still okay, because you definitely still got Hela and CM, right? If that math works out. So just lean into the good characters you do have, especially if you're free to play, and then on the Star Wars next pass, even if you don't get him this time, you will absolutely have a 6-star Star Wars on second pass, so you'll be totally fine. All right, I can't blitz. Wait, what does the store have? I got a free blitz orb. 0% chance Mantis, 50% chance it's rescue, 12% chance it's strife, 100% chance it's Luke Cage. That's 900%. I don't really math right now. Yeah, sure. Oh no, it's Ant-Man. Oh, I'll just start from the... here's what I'll do. I'll rotate, right? None. Summary. You could put it in Star Wars passive, but you don't need any. So my blitz teams are very low powered. These are my trash teams. I use them in the early stages and then never again. Trash team. Slightly better than trash team. Actually a surprisingly decent team. I can win up to like 6 with it. Meh. 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 This one actually is not bad because it's the Brotherhood. Like this one wins pretty consistently for me in like 6 and 7. Shuri passive or alt max? Shuri passive. Hey, what do you think of the new player team bundles they're selling? They're not new player, they're for everybody. The only people who are seeing them right now are some new players sometimes. No, this was really good. I wish I had gotten that blob, but I didn't. This is just the Hydra team, except I didn't want to invest. I wanted a better healer. Like, because this team ain't good. Winning team for arena defense without Phoenix, Ultron, and Black Bolt. No Phoenix, no Ultron, no Black Bolt. No Phoenix, no Ultron, no Black Bolt. Alright, Sinister, Invisible Woman. Sinister, Invisible Woman, Juggernaut, Magneto, and Captain Marvel. That team will be fine. You can replace Juggernaut with Shuri. Thanks. I'm CTP, but I've only really been purchasing the one. Yeah, dude. Like, what's up, MLB Goose? When you reach 25, 30, 35, and 40? Someone has... Okay, that might be, but I know someone who started the game and got that offer immediately. I literally saw... He messaged me. He was level 8 and saw that... 8, I'm sorry. No, he was level 10. And he's like, dude, do I buy this offer? And it was the X-Men offer. And I was like, no. And he's like, I bought it already. I'm like, then why did you ask? Do you know when the next IW event is? Later. Much later. Like over months. Month is plus month 1. Well, lucky me, I have 4 of them. 5. Is there any advice? On what do you mean? Has 4 of them on day 3 account right now? Any advice on which one to buy? Which ones do you have? I'll tell you exactly what to spend money on, bro. I'm huge at telling you how to spend money. The X-Men offer was $50? Yeah. $49.99. Locked SSM, have Venom and Miles. Should I pilot heavily on symbiotes and passively farm Guardians? Triple down on symbiote Spider-Man. Venom can lag behind. You don't have to put a lot into Venom. Miles is okay. So as a rule, if I like a character, I bring him up to gear tier 9 or 10, and that's it. Like, that's it. Symbiote Spider-Man is going to be a huge part of what I do in the future, so I'm going to put a lot into him. But you're going to carry a lot of that work on Symbiote Spider-Man. So you still need to balance out the team around the fact that Venom is slow and stupid, and Miles is a kick character that you can't auto with. Love your content and help me. That's the point, Michael Tran. That's the point. The people who aren't willing to listen, you're going to beat them up. So we're just going around. We're basically just running around schoolyards and kicking kids. That's the cult of Scungili. The cult of Scungili is taking lunch money. We're taking all the people who are working on aim and defenders, and we're stealing their lunch money, and we're laughing because they're like, look how far ahead we are. Like, it's tortoise in the hare, except we have shotguns. Yeah, I'm not letting people say those things. I'll say it on stream. I'm not letting that go in my chat, though. Sorry, guys. Tony, should I buy that offer I bought the other day? Yes. Twice. I'm building as Guardians for Black Bolt. Until what tier should I get them? They're all at 9. How are you building as Guardians now? What level are you, Shadow Killer? Chosen one. Sam the Smurf. Thanks, man. Team bundles are Guardians at 3-star for 25. Already done. Don't buy the X-Men one. It's dog shit. 3-star shield with yo-yo for 25 and defenders. How much is the defenders? Because if it's 20... So, like, here's the answer, dude. Those are the best value offers I've ever seen. The $25 shield pack is really good. The $25 defender pack, is it 3-star? Because if it's all 3-star, that pack is great. You're going to use that team, man. You now have a city team, right? So I don't want to tell you to spend $50 on stuff, but like if you got $50, it's going to help you a lot. That is a direct quote. Don't come lick my windows. Go lick your own windows. Will SSM offer return? Yeah, they tend to do the offer around the time. It's going to be like a month or so. Been playing for 1 year now. You've been playing for a year. Okay. So you can farm Hela, right? Like you've unlocked her node. I just want to make sure you're farming. You can definitely farm Loki. I just want to make sure you can farm Hela. Remember the most important thing. What team should I build to beat the Hela node? Isn't it like global villains? Do you have Ultron? Like, are those is it Mystic villains? Mystic villains, okay. I don't remember. Loki, Mordo, Scarlet Witch, Hand Sentry, Juggernaut. If you have a Hela already, use Hela. Yeah. Hey, Yellow. I'm at 100 Loki and Hela shards from unlocking Phoenix. Think you got enough time? Yeah. If you're farming her specifically right now, if that's the highest priority you're doing, yeah, 100%. Because either she's a month away or over a month away. I think she's over a month away. I think she's like 6 weeks away. But either way, you'll be fine. It was awesome and would take you to the top of the arena for like a week. Congratulations. You get to see first place once. Maybe. That's actually not true. Because someone's buying those offers more than once. Hey, Tony, my Guardians are at 6-star. My Sinister is at 5-star. Should I work on them to 6-star too? Or what other... That's a great question, Bastion. So your Guardians are done? Like 6-star? They're done now. You don't have to touch them for the rest of the game. 7-star Star Lord isn't important. It'll happen eventually, right? Like I don't touch a single character after 6-star. I get them to 6 and then I let like random things unlock them. Or I might like a little bit if I'm bored, but like not really. Sinister 6 is at 5-star. Totally fine, dude. You don't have to push them at all. Now what would I work on? Pick a legendary, man. Because your Sinister 6 is at 5, that means you have a 5-star Shuri and a 5-star Invisible Woman, which are gonna be great for you, man. So now, like, do you want Magneto? Can you farm the Asgardians? If you can, like, start working on Asgardians, just because you have 2 good teams, the Asgardians and Black Bolt. He'll be here in 3 months. A little bit less. That sounds, man, you're in good spot. What I haven't gone into detail, what I'm gonna do after I get them. You know, like after I unlock Ultron, what am I gonna do then? Like, oh, I haven't talked about it. I know what I want to do, but things might change, so I don't want to speculate now, based on what I should be doing. But I'll tell you why passing the X-Men offer, because X-Men suck. Because there's like, that'd be like if there was a Brotherhood offer without Magneto, except the Brotherhood are used to unlock Magneto. Like that, like if there was a Brotherhood offer for $25 that was a 3-star of all Brotherhood named characters, I'd be like, yeah, I'll buy that because that's going to help me get Magneto. But the X-Men just help you get Magneto. 2 of them are unfarmable. 1 of them is Wolverine, and that's useless. Psylocke is a dog shit character. Storm is hilariously bad, and if you don't have Phoenix, you don't have an X-Men team. So the Guardians offer unlocks Star-Lord. You know, the Shield offer technically unlocks Iron Man, but actually is part of a team that you will use when you have it. So can't use X-Men. Yeah, but you can't farm 3 of them. You're not farming. If you're using Colossus to unlock Magneto, things have gone terribly wrong. So what X-Men are you using to unlock Magneto? Is it Wolverine? It's always Wolverine. And trust me, you were going to have a Wolverine at 5-star way earlier than that offer was going to make it anyway, by the time Magneto came out. So then you're talking about Storm and Psylocke, right? So now you're going to farm Storm and Psylocke. Who are the 2 other characters you're going to use? Because it ain't Cyclops, and it ain't Colossus. Is it Mystique? Okay, that's fair. Then who's the last one? It's probably not Sabretooth or Pyro. Is it Juggernaut? And then after that happens, what's your Magneto team going to look like? Don't get me wrong, you got $50 to spend. Spend $50, man. I ain't going to tell you not to. But that offer ain't value. You're going to find Defenders after unlocking Ultron, right? I'm never going to farm the Defenders. I'm never going to farm them. You don't need them for anything in the game. I won't need them for anything in the game. There's not a single piece of required content that needs the Defenders. There's a raid lane that says use Defenders. You should just not do that raid lane. There's only 1, 2, 3 people that have to do that raid lane. Sorry, 2, 4, 6. 6 people when you're a 24-person alliance that have to do that. Just doesn't have to be me. I'll have Kree. I'll have Guardians. I'll have X-Men. I'll be good. So if I want Hela for Phoenix and Black Bolt, what level should I have my Sinister for the villains campaign now? Sinister team needs to be like 120 or 150 or so in order to do that campaign easily. But if you audible into like 1 healer from either Hydra or AIM, that team can definitely pull through. Just pull off a bad character like Mysterio. I'm doing Twitch after this, yes. Hope they bring 6 offers. Yeah, S6 pack, buy that on a heartbeat. Amazing pack. That's 2 legendaries for 1 character. Wolverine will generally be your first one. Yeah. You're going to have a 7-star Wolverine at 167 days. Do the math. 167 days played, you get a 7-star Wolverine. You shouldn't invest in him, but you'll get him. Got all of the symbiote team except Carnage. Should I go all in on them? I'd probably use CM. She sustains herself. Also, that's not a drink. Also, like, Spider-Man is terrible. Carnage loses a lot of value until you put tier 4s in his special. So he's still good. He's just not as good. You need that turn meter boost. Who should we use for Heroes Chapter 7? I don't know what you should use for Heroes Chapter 7. You want to know what I used for Heroes Chapter 7? It was Ms. Marvel, Ghost Rider, actual Spider-Man, like actual Spider-Man, Miles, and I don't remember who the last character was. I'm sorry. I don't remember. Yeah, that's the point. Who did I use for that? Garbage characters. Fight's not hard. Sure, use Defenders. Like, have fun. How many tier 4s do I have on my free-to-play account? That's a good question. How am I gonna find that out? Because I don't have any character capable of tier 4s right now, I don't think. Yes. Damn it. I think I could find it out by doing this. $860. I don't spend them. Like, why? No, because they are Spider-Verse. Full tier 4s on Ultron when you got him, or just special intent? I do special and ult first, and then I just wait to see if I want to use him. The other two are only super relevant if you're going to use him for raids, right? Like, if you're just using him for, like, war or arena, trust me, those other... The basic and the special and the pestilent matter. That would piss a ton of people off. What would piss a ton of people off? Yeah, I don't think they're gonna remove a tag. I think that's what you were talking about. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna beat up this guy now. Hold on, please. This is time for... Go, U5. I know we have 2 more legendaries this year. One should be Black Knight from the Eternals. One should have been White Suit Black Widow. I don't know if that's still true. I don't know if we're getting something else. But that was all my prediction stuff. What do I think of Taskmaster? I like Taskmaster. I bought him on my main account. I bought him. And you know me, I don't buy characters. I like Taskmaster a lot. I bought him early so I could place him on war defense, and he got a couple wins, right? Boop. But I wouldn't necessarily go crazy. Like Valley says there are new Spider-Verse City characters in the work. Any news on your end? I just reported it. There was always going to be Doc Ock. There should have always been Spider-Gwen, and then there's a symbiote. I believe Toxin is the symbiote. But I don't know if they're all at the same time. I don't know any of that. I just know which characters they've been working on. Also, I don't know if Morbius and Blade are getting the Spider-Verse tag, either or. Morbius might be getting the Spider-Verse tag. And that's not until Halloween, so... Taskmaster, I think Taskmaster is a lot better than people are giving him credit for, but I honestly just can't invest in him. So on my main account I have a 2-star Taskmaster because I only bought one offer, right? So I'm waiting for this event, which if you don't notice, every now and then I look down on my phone so I could do another fight or so, to keep it going. TM is a tune that he's okay. Think Morbius and or Blade were supernaturals? Yeah, but they could be supernatural city, so is Ghost Rider. And I also think that specifically Blade is a campaign character, and I don't know why I think that. I don't remember why I think that, what conversation was happening. Am I gonna try this again with my garbage 2 stars? Wait, what's the fight? Not a mode that you care for, but high enough Taskmaster could be amazing in PvP. Not that I don't care for PvP, it's just it doesn't mean anything right now. When PvP has value added to it, then I'll do it more. But like, what is it? What do you get for winning or losing a fight in PvP right now? To say you did? Come beat me in PvP whenever you want. Tell everybody you beat Tony in PvP. The second there's something at the end of the conversation, then I'll be like, all right, I'm in, you know? $10 in the right places, right? Why do people say you can't build a character? If she's like 3-star, I put my up to gear tier 11, she's 35k and she gets ways good. Oh, because people are bad. Remember, I'm never going to apologize for being right. Why are you booing me? I'm right. A 5-star character if a character isn't good at 5-star, they're not good at 6 or 7. If they require that much, all right, we're done here. If they require that much investment, then they're not a good character. Since stars are roughly 10% stat boosts, unless you have high red stars already, $10 if I beat Cass. Is that a permanent thing? Like if I just, is it $10 or do I get a $20 gift card? Because I'm not paying $10 for a $20 gift card. What's the point of shell alliances? Going 6. So the reason why I don't think the solutions, I don't believe Foxnex knows how to numbers. So when everyone saw the Foxnex change of what's going on, I don't believe they're as good as people are giving them credit for. How far did you get through the TM event? I haven't tried. I can't do the hard, so I'm just trying it on this. The point of a shell alliance is you go 6-0 in war season, and because you get 10% of your TCP when you win, right? It doesn't matter who you're fighting against. You get the most TCP. Shell alliances exist because Foxnex are obsequious, and they want the whales to feel like they are valued members, because they didn't know how to develop a game that was worth people enjoying and spending money at like leisure. They had to build a game that was specifically designed to like milk whales. So when they did that, they ended up in a catch-22 where if they ever made a game that was fair and balanced for players in the game, the whales would have a bad time with it. So there are whales that have a problem with the idea of if you win a war, you get 10% of the TCP of the team that you beat, because that would punish the highest spenders. That's a real thing. But it wouldn't punish them. It would make it fair, because then you would build an alliance based on the ability to succeed at war, where the power levels are different. It just change the strategy, right? But they don't. So it bases on your TCP. So if you shell, and your power is 100 million TCP, right? And you fight a team that's 20 million TCP, you get an extra 10,000 points added to your war score, or you know, whatever the number ends up being. Because you go 6-0, you get whatever the points for the war is, which is a flat rate, but you're always getting more points. So you shell because you're a high power team that's getting the most points. Now what they've done is they've changed the multiplier to say the higher star you are, the more points you get. Here's where things differ. I ran the math myself. If you as a player, if you go 6-0 in a war, you have to get less rewards than 3-0 on the next tier up. Do you know, like, if that makes sense? So like, say you're silver 4, right? Going 6-0 in silver 4 has to be worse than going 3-3 in gold. In gold 1 or whatever I always forget if it goes up or down. I don't know why, because I've been at gold 3 forever, so like I don't move up, we just stay at gold 3. So if it does, yeah, I think it goes up. So silver 4, and then you go into 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how it has to be. But then the disparity becomes so ridiculous that like if you don't get the value there, it doesn't. It's 100% not true, Whopperjaw. You can't prove that with math. You cannot prove that with math. It just, on paper, it looks like it does that. But mathematically, it doesn't prove that. You don't know that 6%, that 6-0 is mathematically less points than what going 3-3, which is average, at a higher tier. Until you see what actually happens, it doesn't matter. Because it's all about a multiplier. I did look at the reward payouts. He should charge. It's not close to gambling. It's not close to gambling. Pay $10 to fight me. If you win, I give you, like... No gamble. It's a game of skill. It's like putting 10 hours on darts. No different. Yeah. Sure he's good. Sure he's good on our own. You don't need the Wakandans. Okay. What am I looking at? This? Oh no! If Casino said that, Fox Next told him to stop. This? So, by the way, someone shelled into a Gold 2 alliance, right? So you don't have to shell into Silver 4. We were fighting someone. We were fighting an alliance in my main account. We're Gold 3 in my main account. We were fighting. Happens 6 times a season. Okay. But that's just tier 4s, right? So finishing higher in the ranking. Compared Gold 2 to Plat 1. 25. So you lose 15, right? Okay. But so just simple math, right? If I win all 6, I get 60. If I win 3, I get 75, right? So I lose 15, not including the rewards for the payout at the end of the season, which need to be worse than going 3-3 here. It's not 90 tier 4s. This is per win. There's 6 wins in a season. Oh, are we counting this? Like the knock, like for winning a fight? You get the same for a win or a loss? Oh. So you're missing out on, what is that? Hold on. 150. Huh. You know, I think I misread this. I think I just assumed this was the knockout reward. I don't know why I thought that. No. So the plan is, what you're not going to see. Okay, but I still think that's right. But I think you're going to start seeing the shelling going less drops. You know what I mean? You're not going to be shelling to. Like, there is still incentive to shell. You just don't shell down to silver anymore. I think you shell with other alliances you have. Like, I think now you've just turned shelling into a swap between clubs. It still isn't worth it. I think you're looking at it from a perspective of effort versus non-effort. And I think that getting more for less effort will always be worth it. If I shell to Gold 3, if I'm Platinum 2 and I shell to Gold 3, I lose out on a little bit, which is fair. But I also don't have to do any work, which is also fair. I don't have to log in and spend... I don't have to spend money to make the fights that competitive. I think you're losing a key component of how people are fighting in the high plats and everything. And I think it's that their people don't have to buy 6 attacks a war anymore, which is still going to save them money. And I think that it's more likely going to be a slight change in how to shell, but I don't think it's going to fix shelling. I think the solution to shelling was always the simplest possible solution. The best you can hope for in season rewards is 60 tier 4s. We're gonna have to agree to disagree on this, Whopperjaw. You think that things are valuable to players who don't think that those things are valuable, myself included. Okay. So basically, here's what's gonna happen. 2 weeks from now, if people are still shelling, you're wrong. And if no one's shelling anymore, I'm wrong. It doesn't matter if people are stupid. It doesn't matter if it's smart or not. If this didn't fix shelling, you're wrong. I don't have to back anything up with math. The entire argument based on whether or not this is based on whether or not this is going to fix shelling. I don't think it is. You can be right with all the math in the world, and if it doesn't fix shelling, you're wrong. And I don't think it will. We'll find out. In 2 weeks, if no one's shelling anymore, then you're right, and I'll be like, oh, my bad. Let people shell if it's worse, who gives a shit? Because it's... Who gives a shit if people fight and get worse rewards? Because they're preventing other people from getting good rewards, dude. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's like saying, who cares if you blitzbot? It's like the glory of the chase of succeeding in blitz. Like, no, absolutely not. Who cares if you cheat in the game? Like, the people who are getting screwed. Every person who blitzbots steals a top 2K from someone who tried their best. We're literally arguing math here? Okay. Don't know what to tell you. We're arguing whether or not... I said I don't think it will help. I said I don't think it's going to fix shelling. You're arguing that the math makes it stupid if they keep doing it. I'm saying in 2 weeks, I think that's not going to fix shelling, which is the entire point of the change. So yes, I understand that even if mathematically it is stupid to do it, it still has to prevent it from happening. And if it doesn't prevent it from happening, then why does it matter? It doesn't. It doesn't matter. I'm not arguing math. I was arguing math because I didn't think it was immediate a solution to math. I've conceded that point where, oh no, it is totally better to have those fights because you get more overall. What I do think is that it's not going to stop shelling, and that's the entire point. I don't know if there's measures that would instantly fix shelling though. There's also no measure that would instantly fix blitzbot. But if it's reduced, it's a good start. I disagree. I don't believe less cheating is better than no cheating, Themis. I'm sorry. And I do believe it's getting an unfair advantage. I believe that the correct solution to the problem is for them to have good matchmaking. Shelling wouldn't be possible if matchmaking mattered. Who are they screwing? The people that are paired against the Shell Alliance. Am I crazy? Can someone tell me if I'm wrong here? Like, no, I'm really just trying to understand. Like, am I the only one looking at it from the perspective of someone who has to fight the Shell Alliance and not the person who's shelling? The reason shelling is bad is... I'm sorry. If you think the reason shelling is bad is because people who are shelling are getting higher than the people who are already at the highest point and not getting the points they deserve because they're not winning, you're on a different side of the argument. What about the people that fight the Empty Alliance? First of all, it's never an Empty Alliance. It's only sometimes, and a lot of times that Empty Alliance doesn't balance out. It's not parity. It's not a zero-sum game. I'm done with this conversation. You could... 2 weeks, if people are still shelling, you're wrong. It didn't fix shelling. That's it. And if it does, and people aren't shelling, if like a couple of people are still, but it's not common anymore, then I'll be wrong. And I'm fine with being wrong. No, but the changes just went into place. But like, I'm done. Yeah. not for me. Anyway, that is it. I'm going to Discord. I'm sorry. I'm going to Twitch. So jump in my Discord to find out more. Like I'll go live. You'll get notification if you're not already there. Discord's available somewhere around here. We'll be playing DSA after this, so you're more than welcome to take a look. Other than that, next week is going to be the first run of this event. Potty break intermission? Yeah, pretty much. Is going to be the first run after, like, post the time, and you're going to start seeing more of a spread. I don't think I will be working towards a 6-star Star-Lord. I just don't think there's really enough time or worth the effort. I'm going to probably double down on my Sinister 6 characters. You're going to probably see a lot more investment in different characters too as time progresses. I'm going to focus on building up very key components because I understand that now we're ready for Star-Lord. So when he comes, he comes. Other than that, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Catch you on Twitch.